everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my weekly makeup basket. Now for those of you who have never seen a video in this series, pretty much what I like to do is I like to share all of the products that I use throughout the course of a week or the past 2 weeks. I don't really have like a dedicated like monthly makeup drawer, so I have a little basket or a little area where if I use a product I kind of put it in. I try to pick at least one palette to use for an entire week so I can formulate a really good opinion on it. So yeah, I kind of give you guys mini reviews. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about the palettes that I was using this week. So I actually pulled in 2 mini palettes. I have the Tartelette Tease palette. This is actually a very interesting palette. So you have a row of like warmer tone shadows and then you have a row of cooler tone shadows. I actually do have like the Tartelette palettes, all 3 of them, and the shadows in here are a little bit different than any of the shadows in the original like Tartelette palette. So I really like this palette. I think it's a really nice travel palette. I didn't really find myself having to pull for another like shadow, especially these darker ones. They worked really nicely in the crease and it created such a simple and effortless look. So I really do like this. There's another one I want to pick up. There's like the Flirt palette or something like that. So I am thinking about picking that one up. Every so often it goes on sale, so I would recommend waiting for these to go on sale. And sometimes Tarte has like a 30% off on their website for like the friends and family. So I would wait to pick these up. I think they're a little bit expensive, but I do really like it, especially if you want to like do your eyeshadow on the go or you don't always have time to do your makeup in the morning and you have to do it at work or at school or something like that. I think this is really, really nice. I like the formula. I like the way everything blends. But then you have the Tarteist Pro To Go palette. And I actually don't like this one as much as the Tease palette. And I'm thinking about decluttering this one. So this is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I don't know. I had trouble with this. The deep purple shade right here kind of blends away into nothing. I really like this warmer matte shade. It's a really nice color, but I do have it in other palettes. This is the purple that I'm wearing all over my lid today, and it just kind of isn't as pigmented as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be just a little bit more purple, and I am actually wearing like a purple base underneath it. I'm a little underwhelmed with this one, so I may declutter that one. So then I have 2 single eye products that I pulled in this week. I have this NYX Prismatic shadow. This is in the color Volatile. This is a gorgeous shadow. I love these prismatic shadows. I think they're, I don't want to say underrated because I have heard some people talk about them, but I've really only heard people talk about them back when NYX was like extremely hyped up on YouTube. I think these have a similar or even better formula than like the Urban Decay single shadows. I don't know, I just really like them. I've tried some neutral colors. I've tried some like bright and fun colors. And I love the little packaging because it has a little bow on it. For those of you who know me very well, I love bows. So if something has a bow on it, I'm probably going to pick it up just for the packaging. So I really liked this shadow. I did a look, but I'm not sure if I was able to take a picture of this look. I'll insert it if I did. I honestly don't remember because I had lunch with a girlfriend that day. So I don't know if I had time to take a picture that day. The other product that I pulled in, I wore in my waterline a few times. This is the Tarte eyeliner in the color, or the clay pot in the color Lucky Penny. So I guess you can wear these as bases. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. So I'm actually wearing it today as both an eyeliner and in my waterline. I had to put in a little bit of the Inglot Duraline in here to make this a little bit creamier because it was a little bit on the like, I don't want to say dried outside, but it wasn't as creamy as I wanted it to be to do like a very smooth line with it. But I mean, I like it. I don't think the shadows were cooperating with me today. I feel like this eye look could have come out a little bit more intense and you would have been able to see like the difference between the copper and the purple if the purple were a little more intense. But I do like wearing it in my waterline. Like I said, I did wear it in my waterline earlier this week, and it does, or my bottom waterline, so it does last all day. The next couple of items I have here are cheek products. So let me go ahead and start off with the blushes. I pulled out a highlighter palette, or a blush. I can't speak today, guys. I pulled out a blush palette from Hourglass. This is the Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush Palette. This was a holiday palette that came out. I'm not sure if this is still available. I do see this come back in stock every so often on the Sephora website. So you have the shades Incandescent Electra, Brilliant Nude, and Euphoric Fusion. I believe all of these shades are permanent though, and you can purchase them individually. Again, this is the strobe lighting formula. I pulled this out because in my blush collection, or my palette collection and declutter, I talked about how I can only really wear this palette in the summertime because it is infused with that strobe or that highlighting powder. So it is a little bit more on the shimmery side. It's not super glittery, but it definitely leaves like a sheen to the skin. I'm not wearing it on my cheeks today. I did wear this earlier on in the week. I actually used all of these shades. I wore this one when I did the purple look with the NYX Volatile shadow. I wore this Brilliant Nude one a couple of times. I really like this. It definitely doesn't have as much color as the other ones, but it's still a really nice blush. This one is definitely my favorite out of the three for the summertime. It's just a really pretty peachy, like corally blush, and I really enjoyed that one. So I enjoyed this palette, but like I said, I wanted to pull it in because I wanted to get more use out of it. I think I actually may leave this in here for another rotation. I'm not sure because I really can only get use out of that in the summertime. I think it's a little bit too shimmery to wear like all year round. And then I pulled in this single blush. This is the BareMinerals Ready Blush in the color The Natural High. It's in the limited edition like blue packaging. I was originally going to declutter this blush. This is a dupe for like NARS Orgasm, and I have NARS Orgasm, and I also have several blushes in my collection that are dupes for NARS Orgasm. So I don't know, I didn't really find the need to keep this blush in my collection, but I just love the packaging. I almost dropped it. I love the packaging of this. I love this like light blue color. But honestly, the only reason I would get rid of it is because I just have so many dupes for this already in my collection. It's not that the formula is bad. It's not that the color doesn't show up on my skin. It's not that it doesn't last long. It's just I have so many of these in my collection, but it's just so pretty, guys. I don't know what to do. So then I pulled in a bronzer. I actually have a bronzer that I'm currently trying to pan. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I try to use that one at least once or twice a week, but I still want to get use out of my other bronzers in my collection. So I pulled this in and I use this, I want to say about 3 times this week. This is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze in the color 01 Light, I believe. Yep, 01 Light. I believe they re-released this because I've seen it in like the Lumi packaging. That's a swatch of it right there. It has like a light pink packaging, and it's not Glam Bronze anymore. I think it's like part of the Lumi line. This is just a great everyday bronzer. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see, or even from the swatch right there. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it, but I don't think it's super intense. This is what I'm wearing on my face today. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love the undertone of this. I'm glad I pulled this in this week. This is one of the newer bronzers that I have in my collection. And like I said, I'm going to be pulling at least one bronzer in every single week, in addition to the butter bronzer, because I do want to get use out of my other bronzers. So then I have one highlighter palette. This is also from Hourglass. This is the Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. Again, this is another limited edition product. This came out during the holidays. I'm not sure if it's still available anymore, but I've seen it come in and out of stock. So you have Absolute Strobe Light, Pure Strobe Light, and Lucent Strobe Light. And you guys, I love the formula of these. I had actually tried their strobing powders before. I don't think you can get these individually. I tried their strobing powders before, and they just don't have the same formula as these. So these are very wet looking on the skin. They don't have any chunky glitter in them or anything like that. They're just very smooth and beautiful highlighting powders. I hope they come out with more powders like this formula in like the full size, because I honestly don't like their like regular strobing powders. I think they are a little bit drier. I think they're a little bit chunkier. I hope they bring this back. I've also seen it on a few different like selling apps like Mercari and Poshmark. The last products I have in here are 2 lip products. I have the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Istanbul. I'm honestly going to declutter this. I just didn't care for the formula. I used to really like these though. I used to really like the formula of these, but it's just too patchy. I have some really nasty scarring on my lips, and if I wear something that's like too overly drying or tends to kind of separate on me, you can clearly see like that scar line on my lip, and that's what this does to it. I don't have very smooth lips. I try not to use a lot of very matte liquid lipsticks unless they're comfortable and they don't really move around. These kind of move around on my lips. They don't really wear off really nicely throughout the day, so I'm actually gonna declutter this one, and I think I have like 2 other soft matte lip creams in my collection. I didn't really like the formula of them anymore, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of them. And then I picked up a few of these Healthy Lips from Physicians Formula when I picked up the new foundation. This is the only color that I've worn so far. It's the color that I'm wearing on my lips today, and this is in Bear With Me. It's definitely a warmer color, but I really liked it because I am wearing a warm look today, so that's the color Bear With Me. This does dry down matte. I think it's transfer proof. I do sometimes see it if I'm drinking coffee like on the rim of my coffee mug, but for the most part I think this is relatively transfer proof. Not as transfer proof as like the Kat Von D liquid lips, but these are so comfortable. They feel like nothing on your lips, especially if you put like a primer on underneath it. They wear really nicely throughout the day. They don't have that big of a color selection. Like the 3 colors that I picked up look very similar to one another. Most of them are nudes. I hope they come out with some brighter colors in this formula, because I would definitely pick them up. So that's it. Those are all of the makeup items that I used throughout this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found my reviews somewhat helpful, or at least found this video entertaining. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I currently post 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then on Sundays or every other Sunday I like to post a weekly makeup basket. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.